Hey guys, hope you guys are doing okay. It's been a while, hasn't it? Well, I'm back with another video. Two of my friends, of which I've just remembered something I need to do for them. They've said that they would. Oh yeah, actually that's another thing. Just write that down. So they've said that they're two of my friends individually said that they enjoyed watching my videos. So this is in part for you guys, just in case you're interested. And also, it's mostly also because if I make these regularly, once a week, it gives some kind of consistency to both my YouTube channel, so my YouTube channel was recommended to more people, and also so that hopefully it gets me back into actually being consistent with it and thinking about doing YouTube as actually like a viable thing. So that's why we're doing this. The next thing I've got to say is that I've got to talk about everything that's been going on. So we can go over the 4 things again. There's health and fitness, wealth and vocation, socially and with family and stuff, how I've been doing, and also mentally. And new to this one, new to 2023 autumn edition, is spiritual as well. I want to be more spiritual. So what's been going on in all of these areas? Well, financially, I'm no longer broke. I have a job, but I'm almost broke. So I've been doing a lot for my finances. I have a whole system of different things I'm doing for my finances. So I got a job. I'm working as a barista, and it's actually a pretty good job. I enjoy it probably about, if I had to add up the amount that I enjoy it by, if I had to look at the total losses and the total gains, or the best, the good things about it and the bad things about it, I'd probably say we're looking at a 65 to 70%, okay, so there's 0, and 0 is neutral, and then 10 points that way. Okay, okay, for the sake of you guys, no, for the sake of me, so 10 points that way is better and the best it could be, and 10 points that way is the worst it could be. We're looking at a 6.5 to a 7.5 on how good it is. So that's pretty good actually. I enjoy it because, well, obviously I have a little bit more money, but you'll see why I don't have that too much at the moment. It gets me talking to customers, which socially impacts me incredibly. I'm really friendly. I engage in lots of small talk, and I've kind of found myself becoming almost how there's really sociable gay guys often. I've almost kind of got like that, where I'll be serving people coffees and I'll be like, oh, how's your day going? Have you had a busy day? And or saying all these things. And it's also fun because I think I get to be quite cheeky sometimes. I get to say funny things to people. I haven't been as outrageous as I have been in the past, but yeah, which I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. Got a haircut, and my hair isn't falling out as much. Recently, I haven't been able to use the oils, the hair stuff that I've been putting on it, but I think I like the haircut, and I think that my hair isn't falling out as much, so I've just got to keep on top of that. I've just got to keep on doing it, and it's been okay. Only recently I watched a video about a guy who said that he washes his hair with cold water, and it kind of made me feel like I should do that. But the day I did it, like, loads of hair started falling out, so I'm like, maybe not. But we'll see. We'll see on that one. I'll let you know about how on the hair update in a bit. Physically, I've probably spent the last 6 months not really being able to go to the gym or not going. I still can't really afford to go to the gym, which sucks, but I have an exercise bar, both here at my mum's and at my dad's, and I'll show you that in another video. And I've been trying to work on pull-ups and more calisthenics, or calisthenics. I don't know. I can't really remember how you say it, but I've been trying to do a lot of that. And my physique is, I know it's strange. I went on the scales the other day, and I've put on about 5 kilograms worth of body like weight, and I've actually lost strength in my bones. So I better get on that. I think weight training is very good, and probably something I should do more of. I want to save up and get one of those weighted belts, and then get a couple of dumbbell, not dumbbells, but you know what I mean. Maybe even just shopping bags and just putting empty milk cartons filled up with water. I could just put that on a weighted belt type thing, and then do pull-ups and stuff. So that's something I can do. I think my job has impacted me as well, because I'm eating a lot of bread and stuff like that now because of work. There's a number of different things I've been doing for my health. I'm kind of mostly focusing on it. On the one hand, it doesn't really feel like I'm doing much, but on the other, I am still trying to come up with process and stuff. Also, it's my dog. Hey, Annie. Maybe I'll put that on the thumbnail, Weekly update, blah, blah, blah. With dog. My dog said, what? So if we firstly just focus on the financial, sorry for sidetracking, but financially, I've also set up an account, a new bank account, and it allows me to have multiple savings accounts, and so I've been dividing up my savings according to certain things. So I have a savings account for me and my girlfriend, so that's, I just put, I put money into that towards dates that we can go on. I have a savings account for myself. That's just money that I'd spend on myself. Having a savings account for my family and friends, so that's money I will either spend on them or with them. So going to festivals or something with my friends, or buying presents for my grandma, or anything like that. I've also been doing, I have one for health, so that is for myself, but it's also it kind of permeates the self, me and my girlfriend, and me and my family and friends, because it's all things that are concerned. It's mostly concerned with my health, but it's and this is everything from buying some sleep masks for being here at my mum's, so then I can sleep better, to being able to install a water filter in probably both of the houses. And that will cost hundreds, and that'll be something I'll have to save up for maybe a couple of good years or something. But I'm not really sure how it's working. Maybe it's making it a bit more complicated, but I do feel like I am. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm saving. But the thing I'm saving most for at the moment is I'm going to go to Japan next year. Yeah. So I've saved about £900 so far in the last yeah, £900 in the last 1.5 months. So I should be done. I mean, you know, it all depends on the amount of shifts I get. I get paid minimum wage, which is a bit crap because, you know, there's all these other things, and I feel like I'm constantly stressed about like finances, because I feel like I'm approaching finances through just saying, like, I'm looking at everything as a cost rather than like as an investment. Like I'm in my head, I'm going, oh god, I know, I need to get this, and then that's only, and then that means I can't get that. So I'm not really looking at it in the right way. But so what I do is I feel like I need to change that somehow, but I also equally don't feel like I know how to. And to be honest, maybe I'm even just too lazy to just try and change it in my head. That could be another measure, or another reason, or whatever. So yeah, so financially wise, I've set up a new like bank. I've also got a job, and I'm also going to Japan. So I get roughly about 500, maybe like £20 every 2 weeks from work, because I work about 52 hours ish, and then 400 of that every 2 weeks goes towards Japan, which makes it like I don't get where £120 is going every 2 weeks, but it's going some well. I mean, some of it is being saved, but it's probably about, well, actually, yeah, no, it's probably like only a quarter of that's being saved each time. So yeah, so there's that. What else is there? So that's everything to do with finance, as far as I can see. Physically, so this is physically and health-wise, I haven't spent any money on myself physically just yet, like for like improving things. I haven't bought any gym equipment, I haven't bought any supplements, I haven't bought any new weights or anything like that. But I've worked out that if I don't spend any money from my health balance thing for the next 2 weeks, well, for the next month, then I should be able to afford some glass containers to do meal prepping in. As for the organising and also health as well, when I'm at my dad works often quite late, and the food he makes it's not the most nutritious, nor is it the most, it's not the most fulfilling, and it's usually even worse than what I do. I mean, you guys have probably seen my cooking, so yeah, no offense to him. So we've been able to work out a schedule where I do 2 days, and then my girlfriend does 2 days, and then my dad does 2 days, and then my sister does one of the days. But that whole system has also got to be impacted by the days when my girlfriend's working now, and it's impacted by the days that I'm working, and it's also impacted by the days that we're at my mum's, and we're at my mum's impacted by when each of us have work, and it's also impacted when Daisy, who's my sister, it's also impacted when she's at my mum's, and so it's often quite complicated. But at my dad's, we've got like a calendar, and we keep it on the table, the kitchen table, and it has the days, and then every Sunday we are writing down what everyone's doing, and then writing down when everyone can cook for everyone else, and kind of giving a good review. Another thing with finance is that I probably spend about £3 for my food every single time I have a shift. So I work about 4 days a week, so that's £12, and over 2 weeks that's £24. So if I'm getting 530, I'm basically getting £500 when you think about it. And also equally occasionally I've been buying Ubers to work, because some days it's just been too rainy, or I've just waken up like 20 minutes too late, and I just don't have the energy or anything. So sometimes I do get Ubers, and they're about £7 each time as well. So, you know, it's like, it is a bit of a problem. So that's £35 that I've kind of taken away. And I think that's probably one of the best ways to also think about a job, is how much of the costs are you going to have to do as well. Like how much does it cost you to go to your work and to like be at your work, and then deduct that from your finances. Because one of my mates, he had a job in, well, I mean, obviously there's many factors that go into a job. It isn't just your income. It's, you know, the status it will bring you, and, you know, the type of, will you be able to get better jobs because of it. But one of my friends was living in Manchester, and half of his income went on to rent. So even if he was getting like a, I don't know, say he was getting £18 an hour for his work, if half of his money is going on rent, he's getting about £9 an hour, which is lower than, you know, the minimum wage. So I think one of the helpful tips is to look at how much it's costing you to be at your job, and then deduct that from your wage, and then that can tell you how much you've got. And I think that's probably the best way to think about like your realistic wage. That might be a better way to think about it. Another thing, so that's another thing. So because I've been spending £24 or something every single like 2 weeks on that, I'm going to start making my own food and bring that to work. And with that, I'm going to have to get the glass containers, and thankfully we've got a glass fridge. Glass fridge? No, we've just got a normal fridge. We've got a normal fridge that's in the garage. A normal fridge in the garage, and that has a lot of space in, which I'm very thankful for, because that means we can store all the containers in that. And I think I've got like 2 or maybe even 3, but I'm gonna try and get maybe 10 more or something. And then each one probably is a portion, so not only can I perhaps bulk make food for the days when I'm cooking, so I can make eight of the things. But then if I had 12 or something, say I'm working 4 days in a week, each one's a portion. If I make 12, then I've made two meals for 4, and I've also made 1 meal for 4 portions, and I can split. And each day that I'm working, I've got that meal for that day, and that saves me £24. So that's how health and finance type thing that I've been doing. But again, this is all kind of preparation. I'm not yet doing it, but I'm not too bothered at that, because I do feel like I am being productive, and it's exciting. So financially, I've been working around things, trying to come up with systems for costings and stuff, and also for finance as well. Not only have I divided up my money, so it's something like 10% of my total income after saving up for Japan goes towards myself. Like 15% goes towards me and my girlfriend. Another 15% goes to family and friends, etc., etc. So that's how I divide it up. But so as well as doing that, I'm also writing sheets for all the different things that I want to get. And then and the way I worked out the average income that I get is I've been paid for 3 installments so far. So I've worked about 7 weeks, or this is the 7th or something like that. And and essentially I do it kind of like this. So you can't really read that, and hopefully you can't as well. But this is, for instance, this is for family and friends. So I've got, so I've got a thing that says here, it says the expense, and then you detail what it is, and then you detail the cost, and then you then detail the percentage of, before that, so the top it says spending, and then it then says the thing that it's being spent on the group, which is family and friends, for instance, with this one. And then it says the percentage of my total income that I'm putting into this. So for this, it's 20%, which I believe is £32. So that means every 2 weeks, I'm going to put £32 into that section. And then, which I haven't done just yet, but I will do, I then list maybe 4 things that I'm trying to save up for, and I list how much they cost, and then I'm going to put a percentage of, of this percentage of how much is going to go to it. So, is 10% of my total, of the income in this, which is the £32, 10% might be on, I don't know, a new phone charger, something like that. And then I can calculate, okay, so what, 10%, if there's something that's more pressing, I might I'll put 90% on that, or I might put 75%, and then I have one that's for 10%, and then one that's for 15%, or one that's for another one that's for 10, another, you know how these things work. But yeah, so if I had only 10% going on to one thing, that's £3.20, and then I can think to myself, okay, so if £3.20 is going to go to this thing every single 2 weeks, how many weeks is it going to be until I get it then? And then obviously just do the price of the thing divided by the £3.20, and then that will give you the amount of times that I'll have to go through the 2 weeks. So then you just do that times the 2 weeks, and you'd get how many weeks it's going to cost. But so I did that for something, but I can't really remember. So yeah, so that's something I've been doing. I think it was maybe for health. Yeah. So the food containers, I think they cost maybe about £20 or something. Oh, I haven't even written it down here, but next time I have my instalment, I'm going to then write down how much of this I'm going to save up for each section. And what it means is that I'm spreading my costs across a whole great deal of things. Rather than me saving up for one thing and then getting it and then just having no income or no money to put towards anything else. I'm saving up for 5 things. I'm saving up for Japan. Actually, no, I'm even doing more than that. I'm spreading my money across the trip to Japan, money off for myself, money for me and my girlfriend for, I guess, like dates and things like that, money for my family and friends, some money towards charity and saving, just in general. Actually, I think that might be at the moment. Oh, and then money for health as well. So I'm dividing my income by 6. So I've only got 1/6 of the amount that I would get. So, and it's going to take 6 times as long to get to these things, let alone if I have 4 things in each thing that I want to save up for, and then it's a 24th, isn't it? So it would take 24 times the amount to get to what I want. So it means that I don't have a lot of money at the moment. Oh, and I also have cost as well, some extra costs for stuff that like for instance buying food at work or getting an Uber. I've set aside some money just in case I have to do that. But yeah, so it takes me 24 times basically slower to get what I want, which is probably why I'm feeling it a lot more. But at the end of the day, I'm saving up for 24 things and not just one thing and then blowing all my money and then think that way. So that's how I'm doing my finances. There we go. I wonder how much of that you heard. But yeah, so what else? What else have I been up to? Socially, been seeing my friends at the pub. Occasionally coming down to Oxford to see some of my friends there. Been planning a birthday party, but not too many people have came. I haven't realised that. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm a tiny bit worried I don't have as many friends as I used to. But then also I don't know. Maybe I've just been too self-obsessed at the moment to be able to realise any of this. But I don't know. I think the people around me are great. They're really, really great people. I think sometimes we're kind of different types of people, and maybe there are some people that I could probably be around more. But then also equally, I think a lot of myself is just being more present and just, working with the people and understanding the people around me better. So that's how it's been. Yeah, and the job really helps, but one of the only other downsides is that because it's sometimes quite fast-paced, you don't really get to be able to develop a good quality relationship with people. And that's a shame. But it's just the way the job is. Likewise with my work colleagues. It's nice and I'm warming up to them and they're warming up to me. But maybe sometimes it is just outside of work. There is just still that barrier. But still, I can definitely tell myself I can turn my face to what is, what I'm really grateful for. And I am really grateful for, everyone. I'm really grateful for everyone around me. There's been like maybe 2 customers that have been grumpy, and I've been there for over a month now, and on really busy days as well. So yeah. With my back as well at work, health-wise, it did start hurting, but I did. What I'd do is I'd get home and I'd dangle, and it would help my back. Just go like this, and then I'd help decompress my back, and that's probably one of the best things I haven't really had many back problems, but it's something I've heard that is probably one of the best things you can do for your back, and it's free, relatively. What else is there? So yeah, socially it's been that way. Physically, health, financially, socially, and mentally. Mentally, I've been pretty stressed out about everything actually. And yeah, I have been really stressed out, and I felt like a lot of the time I felt like I'm just a walking puppet, and I don't want to feel like that. On the whole, I've been a lot happier than I have been before, and I think work definitely gets you to forget about other things, but you can't just live your life and work. And I think that now I have a job, it's even more important that I organise myself more efficiently, have a better time. But I also want to spend my time living life a bit slower as well. I want to only have, I want to set up these systems, but I want these systems to eventually run so smoothly that I forget about them, and then I can focus on the simple things. I think the only catch will be that once those systems become automated and I just do them, and we do them without thinking, the catch might be that we then I might just then be like, okay, we have space to add even more systems in. But, well, I mean, I might do that, but I want to spend more time, because I haven't been meditating for a while. I want to spend more time meditating, sitting in silence, contemplating, just staring at like lights and walls and people, and just watching the world go by and being reflective about everything. I've also really wanted to write my journal, and I haven't been doing that as much, but I've been particularly doing that actually now more recently, because I've been trying to organise myself. But no, yeah. Especially with my friends as well. Like, I'm incredibly lucky that I have the friends I do. They're all really great. And, yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes I'm too distracted myself that I can't just sit there and just experience things. But I think I'm getting better. Yeah, sometimes I develop a mode where I'm thinking, like I think, oh, I have to pay for this thing, or I have to go on that, and I don't like that. My goal is to be able to match, hopefully, my YouTube career and when the amount of money I can generate from YouTube, and to match that to the amount that I get from work, and then from there maybe try and double it, or maybe even triple it, and then start thinking about maybe I can make this into a full-time career or something. But it's hard because, I've got other responsibilities. It isn't just me now. I've got to also account for someone else, which takes a lot of money. So yeah, I don't know. I think for a job, I'm not really sure what I really want to do just yet. And maybe YouTube could be it, but also YouTube couldn't. It might not be. So yeah, I'm not really sure what I want to do. And that's also why I want to spend more time just being quiet and just contemplating and just being reflective. Because, otherwise I'm not gonna, if I'm not reflective or anything like this, then I'm not gonna be able to work out what I want to do. And it'll be 10 years down the line and I'll still be doing something that I hate or just don't feel like is right. So I don't know, I guess I feel a lot of pressure that I should have worked out what I want to do now. But maybe I just need to allow myself to do just more things and just to allow myself to exist, and then I'll then work out. Yeah. Anyway, I've recently learned about Obsidian, the note-taking thing, and I think that's going to be my new kind of thing. I've got lots of systems and lots of ways I've organised things, as I've been saying to you, so I'm going to try and add them all to this. This is what my graph is looking like at the moment already. With zoom in. Yeah, that's what it's looking like at the moment, if you can see any of that. Yeah. But I kind of feel a little bit unmotivated to do any, but I don't know, I just need to get on with it. Yeah. But I mean, on the whole, I've actually been pretty happy. Yeah. What I realised with the person who is now my girlfriend is that I'd been worrying a lot that I found other women attractive, and I was worrying that because I was finding other women attractive, then that meant that I wasn't like I wanted to, find my own partner attractive just as much. And I think what I realised was that in the appearances that other people have, like even just like just in this, in the things that they do or wear or act or look like, those are all, it's all signs, and they're made of a signifier and a signified, and the signifier is the actual thing. So it might even be like, I don't know, that a girl wears like working out gear, and I think I've realised that I find that, for instance, attractive because it points out that they go to the gym, so we'd have like a something we care about at the same time, that they're concerned about their fitness and their health and moving forward with their life, and they've got like they've probably got plans for what they want to do, and they've probably got the same mindset if they go to the gym, which is that they want to improve their life, and that's exactly what the gym is. It's just effort every day or every other day or whatever to get towards a goal that you want. And I think, and it was all similar things to this, that rather than seeing them in my girlfriend or believing they could happen, or even cultivating in my own life, they were all things that I was seeing that weren't really, or I didn't think were there. And so I thought, well, maybe someone else would be better. But then reading The Way of Superior Man, and he talks about, for instance, temperatures, and how some women are a bit more cooler in their temperature and others are a bit more fiery. And I think my girlfriend's definitely more fiery. But he doesn't, in his book, he isn't going to go and tell you to go and cheat on your partner and seek that from someone else. He says, like, you need balance in your life. If you have a fiery girlfriend, then you need a calm, like you need to have calm things around you as well. So there's no need. I don't need to and I don't need to find that in someone else. I need to make that myself, and it's okay that I feel like I've felt like I've needed to take that from other people, and why I've been attracted then to people, because those are things that I've wanted. But he's helped me show that those are things that I can have for myself, and I can cultivate, so I can create balance in my life. So that's everything, really. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I'll see you guys in a bit. Maybe I'll do a body review or whatever it is in a bit. But yeah, see you guys another time. Hope your week's going well, and I wonder what you guys have been up to. Love you.